Welcome back to Nick Lenz's movie review, episode 73, and this is going to be the last of the re-recorded videos. This one I'm reviewing, and I reviewed this also, and last time I reviewed this but with no audio, Goldfinger! Yep, I'm reviewing this one, the third James Bond film, based upon the seventh novel of the Ian Fleming books. There's a little fun fact about this film. This film, when it was released, it was not released initially in Israel. Yeah, it was released in Israel to 1980s. The reason why, the actor who played Goldfinger, Frank Goldberg, I think that's how you pronounce the guy's name. Yeah, apparently because he was part of the Nazi Party, that's the reason why they couldn't allow this movie. Because if he was part of the Nazi Party, they couldn't allow this movie come to Israel until like the 1960s. Yep. This film basically starts up a lot of stuff. Pretty much we see even up to the very day. We have the funny Q and Bond scenes. Bond getting all his tech. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, a mini the open title sequence. So that's kind of a mini movie. And let's see, was there anything else? Oh, I think that's it. I can think of for stuff that's set up here. hmm Now the film starts off with a mini mission. We have Bond. Now, Guy Hamilton, basically, he's directed this film. Yeah, he comes back for Diamonds Are Forever in the following two films, but yeah, this is the first time he does, and it's directed really well. Yeah, so he basically now he calls the opening scene of the film, which essentially put as a mini mission, he calls a bit of nonsense. Yeah, that is essentially put his words. So you have Bond sneaking around, plant some bomb in a drug dealer's den, goes to a bar, comes out with a nice, dry dinner jacket suit, puts a flower on, and then he proceeds to use his lighter. Like first he lights cigarettes, and he uses a lighter on his watch, and poof, place blows up, and he goes off with the singer, proceeds to possibly have sex with her, until he sees the drug dealer basically come at her with a reflection of her eye. She gets hit, he gets thrown in there, he gets thrown into her bathtub, which happily his gun is happily right there, though he's able to prevent being shot due to him throwing a electric fan in the thing, basically frying him. And ends with one of his famous quips. Yeah, he does this occasionally. Sean Connery's known for doing this. He says, "Shocking, positively shocking." And then we go to the opening house sequence, which basically is the Goldfinger song, sung by Bassie. Fantastic song, I love it. Yeah. And then we cut to Bond in Miami. Yep. The first of two times in the Bond films he goes to Miami. As far as I know, the next time he goes to Miami, off the top of my head, is not into Casino Royale. Yeah, that's next time he goes to Miami because he goes other places. But yeah, that's another thing about this. And also, it's the global trading thing he does throughout most of the series. And then pretty much he meets up with Felix Leiter, who was played by a new actor. Yeah, he just basically just a guy who just fumbles around with Bond. And I should point out, it basically, the way Guy Hamilton directs Felix Leiter, he's directed as like an older guy. Not exactly a bureaucrat like he is in their films, but at least it's interesting. He doesn't do very much. And then he has Bond just keep an eye on Goldfinger. Yep. At least got praises for Guy Hamilton. At least we don't have to wait until toward the end of the film to finally see the main villain. What is he doing first? Cheating at cards. Yep. Bond notices this via the fact he sees a beautiful woman looking through a pair of binoculars and a speaker in his room, and he walks to the room, happily runs into a maid with keys. Says, "Oh, that's Mr. Goldfinger's room." He says, "Yes, I know." And then he's like, turns off for a brief second, and then he just teases him. He just flicks the thing to get his attention because he has a basically earpiece. Apparently, the guy he's dealing cards apparently doesn't notice this, but I think it's a hearing aid. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, he proceeds to lose, and then Bond, and this is Jill Masters. and they proceed to have sex. Yep. And then Bond goes to get a new fresh bottle of champagne. He gets knocked out by Oddjob. Yeah, this is Oddjob's debut. And then he wakes up, and we see one of the most infamous scenes in the history of cinema. The Joe Masters covered painted with gold all over her body. Yep. Though I at least gotta praise Guy Hamilton's camera guy for this. They used a pellet to block her butt. Yeah. So you don't see a fully. It's kind of like we don't see a fully nude Joe Masters. Yeah, and here's to point out though, the way she dies in this film, that is actually a myth. No one can actually really die from this in real life, unless of course the paint is put in their mouth. But paint over their skin, yeah, this is a complete fictional death. This is a myth. Yeah, no one can die from this in real life. Though they do kind of attribute to this in, believe it or not, Quantum of Solace. The person's covered with oil, not gold. Gold paint, mind you. And of course, we have Bond being mad, and then of course he gets invited over to the head of Bank of England, basically investigates stuff, and then question him, and eventually we also get to the famous Q scene where he shows off Bond's new car. Yeah, this car popped up in several movies throughout the Sean Connery years. Not the Roger Moore years, surprisingly. No, there's no Aston Martin in this one era. Nope. Yeah, Aston Martin after Sean Connery wraps up his era, it won't show up again until the Timothy Dalton. Yep. Yeah, this car has got oil slick, machine gun, and ejector seat. Yeah, there's a joke about this. It's like, ejector seat Q, you must be joking. And he's like, I never took my work 007. Yeah, the reason why the Q acts this way, yeah, the way basically gets performance out of this is all Guy Hamilton's idea, where he makes it very much a humorous, antagonistic duo throughout pretty much the whole series. And Guy Hamilton's responsible for that, so thank Guy Hamilton. He died only just a few years ago. Yes. The very year where a whole boatload of celebrities died. Where a lot of people hated that year due to the fact that it felt like almost every single day we had a celebrity dying like freaking crazy. I have never seen it where this many celebrities die in such 1 year. I mean, we have celebrities die every year, fine, but this much, like a lot. There was a joke about this Acid Debris video I watched where like a guy who's in coma for 2 years, like they mentioned all these actors who died. He says, "What? When someone goes, when someone massacre a sci-fi convention, you guys mentioned Donald Trump." It's like that. You're joking. The fact that Trump is president, yeah. So, though of course this set does not really talk about very much, surprisingly. And of course, after he meets up with Goldfinger again, where he is golfing, who apparently remembers him from the Miami incident, and play golf. Bond wins by cheating, obviously, and let's see, eventually plants like a bug in Goldfinger's car. Yeah, he's like he also basically, and we also see Oddjob's debut of his hat, where he throws it and slides up the head of a statue. And Bond's saying like, I wonder what the secretary of the club will say about this. Oh, he won't do anything. Why? Because I own the club. Which I thought was so funny. The fact that Goldfinger owns this club. This golf club. This sports club. Yeah. Eventually they fly overseas. They go to Switzerland, follow him around. He gets shot at by Tiffany Masters, though. Then we have, well, something even Calvin Dyson pointed out, though. When Bond basically chases down Tiffany, he proceeds to not only slice up her tires, but also to have a gash in her car. And she ignores the gash. Bond doesn't mention it via dialogue. And I'm sure that anybody watching it like, Tiffany, you do, like, I get the fact that you have a double blow up for tires. But what about that gash on the side of your car? Are you going to ignore that? So he drops off at a gas station. There was a creepy moment prior to that on the way there. And we say Tiffany again until we get to Ultra Enterprises. Yep. And then when you get to Ultra Enterprises, apparently Bond just snoops around. And he, of course, gets chased around by, well, Goldfinger's goons, and then they proceed to drive around. Of course, the ejector seat basically go off, and then we basically have a chase out Arctic Enterprises, which, by the way, is actually on a studio set. Then crashes, and then Bond wakes up, and then he wakes up on a slab, about to get sliced in half by a laser. And another infamous cinema moment, we have a laser going up his groin. In the novel, this was a circular saw. And the reason why he basically Goldfinger to stop it, is because of, well, because I'm more valued to you alive than dead. In the novel, it's like, I'll be your secretary. And he proceeds to be a prisoner for the rest of the movie. And he does various things. He, of course, gets knocked out, wakes up on the plane. First thing he sees is Haiti and Blackman, aka Pussy Galore. I should point out, though, this actress was 36 at the time she did this role. Yes, which up until Spectre, when they had the actress who was the first girl Bond bet in the movie, who was 50, by the way, she looks great for her age. Yeah, up until she became the oldest actress to play a Bond girl, this one was the oldest actress. Yep. And various things happen to her throughout the whole film, like Bond, like Susie arrives at the field. Of course, he proceeds to get changed to a nice suit. He also basically tries to. The pussy tells this waitress, so we don't see her after this. As a matter of fact, I know what happened to her. Like, watch him. He proceeds to have his he takes his clothes, puts over the clock, and he basically just puts shaving cream, basically no one watches him, so he proceeds to shave, puts on a nice suit, meets up with Goldfinger, insults him, takes him to a dungeon, he gets out pretty quickly, and spies on Goldfinger's plan for Operation Grand Slam, which his plan is to apparently rob Fort Knox, even though that's not really his plan. Yeah, I'll explain a little later. And proceeds to this poison gas will kill all the soldiers there, and it'll blow up the. This is my bank. I'll blow up these gates with dynamite, and he's we'll cut through and let's secure the area. Yeah. And eventually, one gangster, Mr. Solo, just proceeds to just not want to be part of it. So he leaves, gets his gold, and leaves. Though I do agree with Calvin Dice in this particular scene. I would have cut this one out because this scene was completely unnecessary. A long, dragged out scene. You just have Solo basically supposed to take to the airport. They get off the side, gets shot. Car gets taken to a junkyard. Of course, the car driven by Oddjob, mind you. Car gets basically smashed to bits. Takes it back, and of course, then comes back and says, I like to spray my gold from his late Mr. Solo. Yeah. People at junkyard don't know there was a dead body in there. Yep. And eventually, of course, Bond basically writes that info about Operation Grand Slam. Busty basically just knocks him out, takes him back to his cell, and of course, later, and of course, Bond tells Goldfinger, basically compliments him, I really enjoy your presentation. He says, so did I. Yeah, it's a very good scene. And eventually we have Felix somehow gets informed about all this. Eventually it'll be Pussy, after Bond just takes her to a barn, locks the door, and then proceeds to just wrestle her for a while, force a kiss on her. He did the same thing a couple of months back to another girl, and they proceed to have sex. Yep, they proceed to have sex. That was the 60s. This was very common for happening. As far as I could tell, after this film, Bond never did this again in the Connery movies. Not that I could think of, no. I mean, he didn't do it in Thunderball. He didn't do it in You Only Live Twice. He definitely didn't do it on Majesty's Secret Service. And as far as I can tell, he never did it in Diamonds Are Forever. So basically, I think someone's telling him, yeah, you should stop doing that. And somehow that basically can put Pussy against Goldfinger. We see her flying circus with basically 5 female pilots. And these are the same female pilots who basically use poison gas to turn to knockout gas. Excuse me. And eventually they get to Fort Knox. They blow up the gate. And they use a laser to cut the door open to get inside. They go inside and we see this massive vault. Now, in the novel, Goldfinger tries to rob the place. In the movie, He wants to put an atomic bomb there, radiating the gold for almost 60 years. It says, yeah, Bond's like, be like 57 years, like, and Goldfinger's like 58. Yep, and he basically got the bomb from the Chinese. As for reason, what the Chinese get out of this thing, never explained. It's never explained how he got in contact with them. Though he's a businessman, he probably found someone to contact them. Yep, and he has bombs strapped to the bomb. He gets off the bomb pretty quickly after basically take out the handcuffs, and then eventually just, well, has a fight with Odd Job. Well, first trying to open the thing, turn off the bomb, and of course kills another guy. The other guy gets thrown off, and he takes the keys, unlock the handcuffs, and has a fight with Odd Job. It's a very good fight until Odd Job throws his hat, knocks electricity off, and Bond throws the hat back at him. He ducks. He's about to go grab it, and Bond basically grabs Bond, basically uses electrical wire to get cut, and fries him. Well, he's asked by the later to Felix, like, where's Odd Job? He says he blew a fuse. And of course, the bomb is shut off, and it stops miraculously up at the number 007. Yep. And of course, trying to get flight to Washington. Nope, he goes to Cuba. Runs the Goldfinger, though there's this thing. I do agree with Calvin Dyson, like, yeah, he could have done a better job of hiding him. This henchman of Goldfinger's don't know who this guy is. He apparently gets knocked out somehow. Bond has a fight with Goldfinger, fires his gun out, fires a bullet, blows through the window. Goldfinger gets sucked out. Plane crashes, though. Pussy and Bond just get out of the plane. And this movie ends pretty much almost the same exact situation as the ending of Dr. No, where Bond is basically being searched for with a woman, and Pussy tries to direct him. Of course, he just wants to a little longer, and he proceeds to have sex with her right in the middle of this field, and that's the film ends. This overall is a really good film. The only thing that kind of puzzles me of this whole film is Odd Job. I mean, almost nothing is real about the guy, aside from the fact he apparently doesn't speak. He's really strong. He apparently is not good at golf, and oh yeah, he's blindly loyal to his master. My question is, where the heck did Odd Job meet Goldfinger? Yeah, and the actor who portrayed him later got the character to get his own cough syrup spinoff. Yep. And that's really it when it comes to this particular review. Now, my next movie review I'm going to do tomorrow, a review of Thunderball. Yes, the 4th James Bond film. Now, I do not have time tonight to do a review of Fairy Tail. I'll probably review it tomorrow. If in fact these videos are audio, I'll probably review it tonight. But yeah, I'm going to see the video tomorrow along with the newest chapter of Seven Deadly Sins. And possibly the newest chapter of Case Closed. If not, that video will probably recorded probably Thursday at the latest, okay? But until this next review, bye.